If you like what you're about to hear, please consider leaving a review or liking, sharing, commenting, and subscribing on YouTube. I don't have a Patreon or enable ads for this, so if you really like Oldex, please do contact Games Workshop on social media or via email and tell them you want me to narrate their audiobooks for realsies. Oldex, Codex Chaos Space Marines, 4th edition. Pages 22 to 24. The Black Legion, Chaos Strongholds, The Planet of Steel, and the Black Crusades. Written by Gav Thorpe and Alessio Cavatore, narrated by R.J. Bailey. With great thanks to Alistair for donating this copy of Codex Chaos Space Marines. The Black Legion. The Black Legion is the only one of the traitor legions to have changed its name in its 10,000 years of exile. The Legion was originally created in the first founding as the Lunar Wolves. The Emperor subsequently bestowed a new name upon the Legion to recognize its achievements and those of its Primarch during the Ulanor campaign. They became the Sons of Horus. It was as the Sons of Horus that the Legion fought in the Horus heresy, serving as the War Master's personal guard throughout his campaigns. They were the first to remove the symbol of the Imperial Eagle from their armor and banners, and replace it with the Eye of Horus, an icon that has become such a dread symbol to the Imperium for 10,000 years. They fought with pride and unthinkable ferocity, knowing that they were the chosen amongst the War Master's new order. When the Emperor defeated Horus, the Legion's morale was extinguished. Their patron, their father, had been taken from them, and they launched a costly but successful raid to recover Horus's body from the Loyalists. The Sons of Horus worshipped one chaos god after another, and as centuries passed, they were decimated by a succession of bloody conflicts with other legions. These internecine wars eventually culminated in the destruction of the Sons of Horus's last fortress by a combined force of the traitor legions. To add to the ignominy of the defeat, the War Master's body was stolen, and the other traitors attempted to clone Horus, much to the disgust of his remaining sons. Denied their genetic and spiritual father, the Sons of Horus swore allegiance to their commander, Abaddon, and to him they bestowed the title War Master. Abaddon's first edicts rejected the name of Horus and their ancient legion title. He ordered his remaining Chaos Space Marines to repaint their armor black in eternal memory of their shame, and then led them in a lightning raid to destroy Horus's body and the mewling clones created from it. The Legion's gigantic battle barge and its attendant fleet disappeared into an enormous dust nebulae at the very edge of the Eye of Terror, to serve as a base for the Black Legion's future operations. Ever since, Abaddon's Black Legion and their warships have been seen in many parts of the galaxy, disappearing as mysteriously as they appear. Abaddon and his warriors still fight hard to rebuild their pride and reputation, battling in the most dangerous conflicts they can find. At first, Abaddon won the grudging respect of the surviving traitor legions, but as his deeds have grown bolder and mightier, respect is turning into support. His impassioned words have fanned the smoldering descent of the traitor legions into raging fires of hatred. Champions of many Black Legions and gods now vie to fight for Abaddon in the colors of the Black Legion. Black Legion items. Notes accompanying the images on page 22. Power armor. Black armor with gold, silver, or other metallic trim forms the standard color scheme of the Black Legion. Variant scheme. Within the overall uniform of the Black Legion, different warbands and companies may choose to adopt a more individual rendering of the color scheme and iconography. This particular variation was sighted during a Chaos attack on Calypso Proximus in 774.M41. Legion Banner. This banner was first raised above the ruined battlements of Castle Vernestein, former fortress of the Word-Bearers. Chain Axe. A standard-issue weapon for assault units before the Horror's Heresy. This chain axe has additional decoration. Bolt Pistol. This is an archaic pattern of bolt pistol with a drum-fed magazine and combat attachment no longer in wide service with the Adeptus Astartes. Eye of Horus. Pauldron. The symbol of the Black Legion, this incorporates elements of the Legion badge of the Sons of Horus with the 8-pointed star of Chaos. Mark 6 Helmet, with complete suite of auto-sensors marked with the Black Legion's symbol. Chaos Strongholds. The forces of Chaos can be found everywhere, the length and breadth of the galaxy. In the Eye of Terror, Chaos Space Marines hold sway over the demon worlds. The Maelstrom is the lair of the thrice-cursed Red Corsairs. Warbands such as the Brothers of Darkness, the Company of Shadow, and the Fire Reavers still rule over the homeworlds once gifted to them by the Imperium. Like black cankers amidst the light of the Imperium, these worlds offer refuge to the hateful and disaffected. They are lawless lairs, where the most brutal hold power and only the ruthless prosper. All are havens for piratical fleets, dens of depravity ruled over by warring champions. The Imperium cannot rescue these worlds from chaos, for they have become so corrupted over hundreds of years, the soil and air are fouled with the taint of chaos. The only action available in these heinous cases is exterminatus, for a world lost to chaos cannot be allowed to survive. Destroying an entire world is not so easily achieved as the High Lords might sometimes wish. This is particularly the case with a world defended by ferocious chaos renegades and traitor marines. Fleets of warships protect the approaches, and any orbital attack is likely to be met with not only horrifically powerful ground defenses, but also boarding actions launched by savage chaos space marines. Sometimes the whole world may be cloaked in sorcerous energies, home to demonic beings or otherwise protected by chaos. The Planet of Steel. Thus it is with Briganian 4, referred to by navigators as the Well of Hunger. Though not a demon world proper, Briganian 4 writhes with demonic energy that can waylay those passing by in the warp. It was first conquered by the Night Lords on a foray from the Eye of Terror during the Age of Apostasy. In rituals that lasted for a year, the Night Lords sacrificed a great part of the population to the Chaos Gods in return for unimaginably powerful spells of warding and demonic protection. Since then, several traitor legions have fought for possession of this strategically important world. Lying just outside the Eye of Terror, close to the stable warp route known as the Cadian Gate, Briganian 4 has been claimed not only by the Night Lords, but also the Black Legion, the Death Guard, the Sons of Hate, and the Brotherhood of Blood. It is now an unimaginably vast fortress of corrupt magic and machine, made all the more impregnable by its current ruler, Manius Drath of the Iron Warriors. The Iron Warriors once formed the Emperor's most able body of siege troops. They fought alongside the Imperial Fists on hundreds of worlds during the Great Crusade, laying siege to alien citadels and the palaces of heretics who denied the Emperor's rule. The Iron Warriors' Primarch, Perturabo, excelled in siege and trench warfare above all else, and his treatise on fortifications and their destruction formed the basis of several sections of the Tactica Imperialis. Now that expertise is used in casting down the strongholds of the Emperor, and constructing fortresses of darkness from which to launch further attacks against the Imperium. Wherever the Iron Warriors fight, they throw up jagged towers, mounting heinous weapons of destruction. Fields of trenches and forests of razor wire surround the Iron Warriors' strongholds, such that loyalists dread the bloody assaults needed to destroy them. Brigannian 4 is no exception, and 17 attacks launched against it in the last millennium, from within and without the Eye of Terror, have all been weathered and beaten back by Manius Strath and his Iron Warriors, earning Brigannian 4 the name Planet of Steel. The Black Crusades. It is the nature of chaos that infighting and rivalry keep the Chaos Space Marines from permanently uniting. However, once or twice in a millennium, a truly great champion of chaos arises in the Eye of Terror. Through the power of his implacable will and the favor of the ruinous powers, this champion welds together an unsteady alliance between the infernal regions of the Eye of Terror. How the champion brings such Black Crusades together depends on his nature and his patron god. Some use manipulation, others extortion, others domination, others intimidation. Most must use all of the considerable powers at their disposal. When a mighty warlord of chaos launches a Black Crusade, the Eye of Terror vomits forth the vast and diabolic hordes of chaos. Armies of demons, numberless masses of cultists, wild tribes of beastmen, ancient and terrifying chaos titans, all spill forth to bring death and carnage. Spearheading this unholy host are the Chaos Space Marines, temporarily united in their lust for plunder and desire to bring destruction upon the Imperium. Worlds burn, planetary populations are put to the sword, and the Chaos Gods gorge on the death and suffering inflicted in their name. Eventually, as it loses momentum, the Black Crusade splinters into disparate fleets and warbands once more, each pursuing its own goals, their bloodlust sated for the time being. What follows is a list of Chaos Space Marine legions and warbands, along with any significant notes and references. You are highly encouraged to seek out images of the named legions and warbands, so you can take in the full, vast, and varied color schemes which adorn their armor. Skyra's Dark Wolves. First sighting, Fenris Sector. Note, Close Combat Specialists. Sons of Vengeance. Current location, Cadia. Swords of Kargoth. Origin, Swords of Prasium. Acropolis Vega Colony Schism. Steel Brethren. Notes, extensive use of transports and drop pods. Thousand Suns. Ref, Traitoris Extremis. Cross Ref, Magnesite Heresy. Unknown. Warriors of Mayhem. First sighting, 925.M41. World Eaters. Ref, Traitoris Extremis. Notes, Psychodoctrinal Lobotomization. You have been listening to Oldex, Chaos Space Marines, 4th edition. Pages 22 to 24. The Black Legion, Chaos Strongholds, The Planet of Steel, and the Black Crusades. Written by Gav Thorpe and Alessio Cavatore. Narrated by R.J. Bailey. With great thanks to Alistair for donating this copy of Codex Chaos Space Marines. Thank you to Gav Thorpe and Alessio Cavatore for writing the fiction I grew up with. If you've enjoyed this, please leave a review where you found it, or like, share, and subscribe on YouTube, depending how you're listening. I don't have a Patreon or enable ads for this, so if you really like Oldex, please do contact Games Workshop on social media or via email and let them know you want me to narrate their audiobooks for realsies. This production, like all of Oldex, is entirely unofficial and uncommercial. From an out-of-print publication, is a derivative work with all copyrights owned by Games Workshop, and is a celebration of the hobby and lore I grew up with. If you have suggestions for other old Codex fiction for me to narrate on this podcast, you can comment, contact me on Twitter at rjbailey, or email robertjbailey@gmail.com. Links are in the show description.